You're watching NFL Daily. I am Tom Downey. Today's show made possible by Athletic Greens. More on them as we break down the latest big board from Mel Kiper post-combine. There are some changes, including some interesting ones. One non-change, Jalen Carter still at number 1 overall, despite the off-the-field red flags that have very much popped up now. Mel's got Carter at the top spot and Will Anderson at number 2, the outside linebacker. It's edge rusher for Alabama. I have them flipped, at least I had them flipped, and now things are kind of like, oh, this is a little bit dicey now with Carter. We'll stay in the SEC here. Bryce Young, number 3 overall. Now, Bryce Young was number 4 last time. I believe Mel Kiper had said if he weighed in over 200 pounds at the combine, he'd be his number 1 quarterback. Okay, it's water weight. We know he played more like the 180s, so okay, whatever. But Kiper stuck to his word and bumped up Bryce Young to number 3. So Will Levis drops to number 4. Kiper is a big Will Levis fan. He thinks he can be Matthew Stafford. That's his comp for him. I'm not as high on Levis. I understand the upside. There's some real mechanical and other issues and accuracy stuff I have concerns over there. CJ Stroud is at number 5, same spot. So 3 quarterbacks in the top 5 for Mel Kiper. The other one is not too far behind. That's, of course, well, you'll see in a second. But that's just Mel's list. Who do you have as your top 2023 NFL draft prospect? Who is your number 1 guy in this year's class? Go whatever route you want. It's your opinion. Sound off for me in the comment section. Go vote. Top 2023 NFL draft prospect. Number 6, Anthony Richardson. He went from 12 to 6, so a big jump, I would assume, based on the combine. The interview is going to be critical for AR. Well, doesn't go by that nickname anymore, I suppose. He scares me, man. There's upside, there's downside, boom or bust. I don't have him 6 on my board. We'll break down my board later on, closer to the draft time when I'm all finalized and everything, because I got other things to do. I'm not all draft like Mel is. That's rich for me. Now, what I love is Devin Witherspoon at number 7. I love his game. He's going to run on April 5th because he had a hamstring injury. But the athletic upside, I want to see how fast he runs. He's not as athletic, I don't think, as Christian Gonzalez. But I actually thought Witherspoon had a better year in college. Not that Gonzalez was bad, by the way. You've got the size, the length, the speed, the athletic ability, all of those things. If you want to put Gonzalez ahead of Devin, I totally get it. Bijan Robinson falls down 3 spots. Why? Don't know. Couldn't tell you. But Bijan does dip a little bit. Robinson based on ability, Kiper grades on ability, not potential first-round philosophy there. He's going to be a top 10 player for almost every draft person out there. Not everyone agrees. It's good to not agree because that's how you get groupthink issues. But Bijan's going to be very popular. It's just it's the value of a running back in the modern-day NFL. Today's NFL Daily is sponsored by Athletic Greens. I take AG1 by Athletic Greens literally every day. Get comprehensive and convenient daily nutrition at athleticgreens.com/chatsports. I gave AG1 a try because I wanted better gut health and a supplement that actually tastes great. I take AG1 in the morning and it makes me feel prepared to take on my day. Once I've got baby Olivia set up with her breakfast, I make my own AG1. I don't feel the need for caffeine in the morning anymore, and I feel energized throughout the day. Plus, AG1 empowers the gut for whole body health. Covering my nutritional base for the day literally couldn't be any easier. That's why I trust Athletic Greens. I mix 1 small scoop of AG1 with water or apple juice sometimes and take it first thing each morning. I'm done just like that. And I like that it costs $3 a day. It's pretty good, if you ask me. If a really effective daily habit with the highest quality sourced ingredients is what you're searching for, Athletic Greens is perfect for you. It's a win-win. Again, if a comprehensive solution is what you need from your supplement routine, then Athletic Greens is giving you a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. Go to athleticgreens.com/chatsports. That's athleticgreens.com/chatsports. Check it out, folks. Links in the comments section and the description of today's show. Number 10, another one of my guys, Joey Porter Jr., who I am a very big fan of. Great length, by the way, on that side there. JPJ, for me, the son of course, Joey Porter Jr., no complaints him being an early round 1 guy. Peter Skoronski, he slides down several spots. Mel says he's now put him at guard, so I guess that's a factor why there. Undersized arms, we knew that was going to be the case. 32 1/4 is very short. I'm like, that's going to be a guard for a lot of players. There's some Rashawn Slater vibes, though, for him. Paris Johnson Jr. out of Ohio State could be the first tackle taken. He was 16, slides up a few spots. He's also got significantly longer arms than Peter Skoronski. Will McDonald slides down 3 spots. Kiper had put McDonald at 13 or at 10 last time because of his Senior Bowl performance, which I thought that was a little bit of a question mark. I don't love that. He checked in at 239 at the combine. That still raises concerns over the run stopping. As a DPR, very intrigued. 13th, it's a little bit rich. Now, there are some pretty big drop-offs here just in terms of the defensive talent overall. And around this range, things get a little bit dicey there. Here's a name that we haven't had too much conversation about in recent videos. Adetomiwa, he just goes by Tommy to keep it easy there. But Adetomiwa Adebawore, the defensive lineman, edge, DT, kind of undersized freak athlete. He skyrocketed because of the combine for Mel. He was not ranked at all last time. Now he jumps all the way to 14, and Mel's hearing he could go in the top 15. Mel's big board, often based on what he's hearing, be a big jump for Adebawore. We will be live for the entirety of the 2023 NFL Draft. So make sure you guys are subscribed. YouTube.com/chatsportstv. We'll have tons of draft coverage, and our live NFL draft coverage will be the best. It's my favorite time of the year. It's my actual Christmas. Go subscribe if you haven't already. Free videos right now. Nolan Smith now jumps back up onto the big board. Both Kiper and McShay had him top 25 before the year began. Then he became the freak athlete that we kind of already knew he was. So that's fine. I don't mind him in this rough range. He's a very impressive athlete. There's flashes there. He just has to be a little bit more consistent moving forward. Zay Flowers, number 16. This is Mel's number 1 receiver, by the way. I don't have him that high. I think he goes round 1. But I have other receivers ahead of Zay Flowers, including Jackson Smith and Jigba. Allegedly, we'll see what the real numbers NFL teams are using later are, but ran fast enough. He was never going to be a 4.41 guy. That's not who he is, but as long as he broke 4.6, that was going to be a win in what I call the juiced Ohio State Pro Day. It's 39 yards. It's downhill. It's downwind. Everyone tests faster there, which teams know that they adjust, and they'll use their own numbers, keep everything consistent there. But JSN, top 20, I'm on board. Michael Mayer, my number 1 tight end. Also Mel's number 1 tight end. He drops a spot. He's never going to be a premier athlete the same way some other guys in this class are, but he's a very well-rounded, complete player is what Mel said. I think he has him nailed. Now, this year's tight end class is loaded, but the problem is the historic drafting of tight ends in round 1 hasn't worked out that great. So would you draft a tight end in the first round? Y for yes or N for no. Dalton Kincaid, number 19 overall here out of Utah. A little bit older, raises some red flags. Did not do it at the combine. He's got some back issues got to be sorted out there. As an athletic seam stretcher tight end, teams will like him. Tyree Wilson, who there's some conflicting views on him. I would not be surprised if he ends up going top 10 in this year's class. The size, the frame is incredible. Coming off the broken foot, did not go through drills. And for whatever reason, people who didn't run at the combine seem to fall on Mel's board. Lucas Van Ness, probably round 1 pick. Really good athlete. Didn't start, quote-unquote, at Iowa, but played starter snaps. So for me, what's the difference? Back end of round 1, Good spot for him. Good spot for Jordan Addison. He's a little bit more slenderer than you would like out of your wide receiver. He's 171. Was actually more productive at Pitt. Different offense at USC, different role. Shown he can do all of it, though. I actually think that's valuable. Speaking of slender man, Emmanuel Forbes, 166. Wow. He was listed at 180, by the way, and he actually played closer to 166. So he can add some weight, but I don't know how much more. But he's got my favorite buzzword, ball skills. That is intriguing to me. I think this is about the right range for him, but in a draft full of outliers, there is another one. Number 24, Quentin Johnston. You know, he doesn't play as big as he should, and that's kind of a red flag for teams, but he had a great game against Michigan. He's great with the ball in his hands. I still think he's worth a round 1 pick. And finally, Kalijah Cansey slides down 5 spots despite his great combine showing, which I think it was a Mel overreacted before the combine type of deal, which is fine. What matters is the end, not what matters in March or whenever there. He's undersized. Again, class full of outliers, but this is about the right range, I think, for him. Now, only 25 players on Mel's big board. Go 32, Mel. Come on. He's also hating on some players. Who did Mel Kiper leave off his list that he absolutely should not have? Sound off for me in the comment section. Here's some of the guys I think Mel left out. Jahmyr Gibbs, I love him, but he's a back, so it's fun. He's probably going to be a top 30 player for me, though. My guy, Darnell Washington, I'm a huge fan of his game. I think the upside is tantalizing. He's not a big receiver like some tight ends are. He's a small offensive lineman. Or I guess skinny, because he's 6'7", offensive lineman. That's intriguing. Osiris Torrance, I'm higher on, but I'm a big fan of his game. Surprised Broderick Jones not in there. There are some technique issues, but he's a fantastic athlete. Miles Murphy has gone from, I think he was at one point, let me double check my notes here, 10th on Mel's big board. He was 10th? Yeah. And now he's not in the top 25. I feel like he just kind of forgot about him, / no combine testing, so he slid. Okay. Brian Brzee, I'm actually fine with him being more in this range because I'm scared of him, but he was once top 12. Drew Sanders, off-ball linebacker, not a great class. It's fine. Keep sleeping on Brian Branch. That's my guy. I'm a huge fan of him. I will stake my flag in the stock of Brian Branch and profit when he's good in the NFL. And Deonte Banks is also just outside, I think, of Mel's top 25.